Hello kids, welcome to maths class today. Today our topic of discussion would be rounding off the numbers to nearest hundreds. Before we round off any number to the nearest hundreds, we should know the multiples of hundreds. So multiples of 100 means tables of hundreds. So 100 ones are 100, 100 twos are 200, 100 3 are 300, 100 fours are 400, then 500, very good. Then we have 600, 700, 800, 900, 1000 and so on. Now let us take an example to understand how to round off the number to the nearest hundreds. So we are taking a 3-digit number, so we'll have hundreds, tens and ones place. Now I'm going to put some digits over here. So let us take a 3 in the ones place, a 4 in the tens place and a 6 in the hundreds place. So can you read the number what is formed? Yeah, the number is 643. So now check where does this number lie, between which two hundreds. So that is 600 and 700. Now we are doing rounding to the nearest hundreds. So when you are doing rounding to nearest hundreds, we have to always check the tens place. Now what is the digit in the tens place? The digit is 4. The rule says if the digit in tens place is 5 or more than 5, the number will be rounded to the next hundreds. So now what is the digit here? It's 4. So 4 is less than 5. So what happens? The number 643 will round off to the previous 100. So previous means 600. That is 6 will remain 6 itself. And what happens to tens and ones place? They become 0. So how do we read this? The number 643 when rounded to the nearest hundreds becomes 600. Now let us take a second example. So I am placing a 6 in the ones place, a 8 in the tens place and a 7 in the hundreds place. So what is the number formed? 786. So now we need to find where does this number lie? The number lie between 700 and 800. So as we are doing nearest hundreds, so we need to check the tens place. So what is the digit in the tens place? It is 8. Now 8 means it is a digit which is bigger than 5. So as it is bigger than 5, the number 786 will round off to the next 100. So next 100 means 800. So 700 here becomes 800. And what happens to tens and ones place? They become 0. So how do we read this? The number 786 when rounded to the nearest 100 becomes 800. Now let us take one more example. So I am placing 0 in the ones place, 5 in the tens place and a 4 in the hundreds place. So can you read the number kids? Yeah, it is 450. Now where does this number lie? Between which two hundreds? It comes between 400 and 500. So what we are doing rounding to nearest hundreds. So what we have to check? We have to check the tens digit. So what is the digit in the tens place? The digit is 5. So the rule says 5 or more than 5. So this is 5. So what will happen? The number will round off to the next 100. So here the next 100 is 500. So here 450. So 4 becomes 5. And what happens to the tens and ones place? They become 0. So how do we read this now? The number 450 when rounded to the nearest hundreds gives you 500. Now here you have few questions for you to write out. Round the numbers to the nearest hundreds. 145, 627, 789, 596. Bye bye kids.